Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network, live from MyBookie Studios. I'm Pilar Lastra. We've got our usual suspects with us today. D-Mac, we've got Tom Mazaway, we've got Fish in the Fish Bowl. Easy's taking it easy today, though. So in his place, we've got Adam B. keeping us in line. Luke hopefully will be joining us soon. But on our social media, we have got our newest member to the family, Jeff. So keep hitting us up on our social media at Woodward Sports across the board, or you can give us a call, 313-552-6322. I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. I hope you guys all celebrated your mamas and all the mamas in your life. Spoiled them yesterday. Did you guys spoil?
Yeah.
We
had a good time.
High five for what you did, man. Woo! That was awesome. You took your wife to the Henry Ford Museum.
She wanted to. She wanted to go.
That was amazing.
She wanted to hit the museum, walk around a little bit, and we had breakfast. She had breakfast in bed. The girls made her breakfast in bed.
You know what I loved, though, Maz, yesterday is, and this is typical Maz, right? Detroit's dad or whatever. He wants everybody to share an experience, so he sends a picture to the group, and it's, who's this car, right? And it's Joey Logano's number 22. And then he sends another one, right? And it's like, I don't even know, but Pilar's like, oh, that's a 67 Corvette.
55.
But just the fact that it was, like, for me, the perception is, like, the way that your car, everybody forgets that you're a car savant, right? And that's, like, your wheelhouse. They forget that that's the intricacy of Pilar Lastra.
Well, but in fairness, he sent me, it was a 1955.
55. Whoa.
Yeah, Corvette.
See,
I wasn't 100%. I said it's somewhere between a 53 and a 55.
Yeah.
I'm not 100%
It might have been
sure.
a 50. It might have been a 53.
Yeah, but anybody get the point?
But you
What
have
I'm
to go in
saying
there and
is-
like inspect like the little things to be able to tell. But it
Yeah.
was the same body style of like the one between the first body style, the 50s through the 60s,
It's
early
sweet looking.
60s. So
That's
it was
all I can tell you.
amazing. Yes, but in fairness, I only knew that one right off the bat because in conversation just recently we were talking about the evolution of the Corvettes because you see them
what a
now driving
beautiful
around with a
car.
completely different body style.
Is it
And
not gorgeous now?
was
It's so
insane.
gorgeous.
It's beautiful. They've really taken that next step to where people would see the Corvettes and they'd be like, oh, that's a dude going through his midlife crisis.
Right.
Like
That's the bad thing.
completely, well, you see that car and that you're not thinking that anymore.
I'll
are
tell you,
not
man,
thinking that
if
anymore.
I had 65 G's laying around, and that's probably the least expensive Corvette you can get, but I just go in and slap it down on the desk and say, just get me that.
Yeah, it's a
get me that
good-looking car.
You know, and I'll probably have a hard time getting in and out of it. I don't give a damn. I think I just have so much fun. I always wanted one, but I know guys with old guys like driving a Corvette. Everyone has the same look. Think about him. Look at that guy. Oh,
In his midlife crisis,
Old guy,
like,
old
yeah,
man in a
but-
Corvette. What the hell does he have that for? You know. Well, anyway, the Henry Ford Museum. It's a treasure. It's top 3 in the country. And you got to go, folks, if you haven't seen it. And the theater it's the first time I've been in a theater since COVID. And they showed the movie. We all had to go see The Superpowers of Dogs. And it was the best 45 minutes I spent in a long time. I mean, it was just a great day. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. But if you haven't
Yeah.
gone down to Dearborn, the Henry Ford Museum in Greenfield Village, you're missing out. It's phenomenal.
So after I saw what you did, I told my husband, I go, wow, wouldn't that be cool? I said, I wish you would have done something like that. Like we went to the country club and had brunch,
Oh, the
and then
country
we came
club.
home and watched golf. And I cleaned toilets and
Oh,
showers.
there you
Like,
go.
what? Why? This seemed like the perfect
Happy
day
Mom's
for
Day, honey.
my husband. But I mean, I had an incredible time. Don't get me wrong.
I've had Mother's Day at
Husband
BCC too. That's a good
But
brunch.
it
brunch.
was a great brunch. But I was still kind of like, wow. Maz took his wife
the
to an
thing, right?
automotive museum.
Matt will
How
always
fun!
make you look bad on any holiday because he always dives full force into it. So I just broke all my wife's electronic material, and
There
she
you
didn't
go.
see nothing yesterday, and we had a good day.
Aw.
I'm kidding.
I was like, oh, well, that's
No,
nice. You
I'm
guys just
just-
spent the whole day together. Are you replacing all her electronics?
No, my wife actually spent 8 hours doing her masters for her RN yesterday.
She's
and
amazing.
went
All right,
to 6:30 last
Cheryl.
night,
She's
so
incredible.
that was her Mother's Day by choice. So I think that to all the mothers out there, and dog mothers, cat mothers, everybody.
Yep. Stepmoms, all of
stepmoms,
them.
Everything.
Yep. All right, guys. So we hope you all enjoyed your Mother's Day with your loved ones.
Don't forget Father's
Matt.
Day.
I mean, listen to the man. Always living in the future or the past, but
I don't want to do anything on Father's Day, but that never happens.
yeah. I mean, like what?
Nothing.
Just take a nap? You want to do
Just
nothing?
chill. Just sit outside if it's nice out, or watch a ball game.
Put a request in.
Oh, I
Yeah,
will.
put your
I will.
request
Hopefully
in.
the Tigers will be home. Go see a Tiger game.
There you
Yeah,
go.
that's not doing nothing.
That's fun.
That's being busy. All right,
fun.
Maz, why don't you get to your sports update?
I will do. Of course, the update is always brought to you by our good friends at mybookie.ag. Don't forget that new promo code Woodward10. You don't have to invest a penny of your own money. We're giving you a free $10 play on mybookie.ag. Go on, try it, folks. Let's go. And tell them, of course, Woodward sent you. And, of course, the Tigers and Twins yesterday, they ruined Mother's Day for a lot of those poor moms at home. Or they made it better, actually. They didn't play. They were rained out. They play a doubleheader makeup in July. The Royals in town for 3 starting tomorrow. Miggy finally broke his 0 for 28 slump. Couple of hits in Friday's win. Their 10th of the year. They're the last team to get to 10 wins, by the way. That hit tied him with Mel Ott for 44th all-time on the hit parade, and with 2,876. So tomorrow it'll be the Tigers and the Royals. Bulls beat the Pistons last night, 108-96. That's 7 straight wins from Chicago over Detroit. Detroit's lost 9 of their last 11. Attaboy. We're going for that draft pick. Pistons host the T-Wolves tomorrow. Speaking of the draft lottery, lots of implications in that game. Both teams desperately trying to lose that one. We'll see how that goes. Detroit last in the East at 20-49, second worst record in the league, but there's 4 teams breathing down their necks, by the way. Wings wrapped up their season, 5-4 overtime loss in Columbus on Saturday. They won on Friday night, so they split the last 2 games. They played hard, man. Going down the stretch, they played hard. Go ahead, Fish. What do you got for me?
We got sad news to report. Tigers are at Los Angeles on Father's Day.
Oh.
That's all right. That is sad news.
Maybe you could take a trip to L.A. for Father's Day.
That would be nice, but they can't beat the Angels either, so that'll be a terrible Father's Day weekend. But thanks for that tip there, Fishy. By the way, Jeff Blashill, he called them a much improved hockey team from last year. Red Wings, they finished last year winning 19 of 56. This year, of course, they won 19. Last year, they only won 17 of 71. And he will meet with the birthday boy pretty soon, Stevie Eiserman. We'll have it all coming up for you here with D-Mac coming up in just a bit. They missed the playoffs for a 5th straight year. How about the playoffs? 15 of the 16 NHL teams all set for the Stanley Cup playoffs. Only 1 team remaining, and that's going to be the Montreal Canadiens. They should wrap that last spot up. So 16 teams ready to fight for the Stanley Cup. How about the Colts? They signed former Kansas City Pro Bowl left tackle. You knew it was going to happen. Eric Fisher gets a 1-year, $9.4 million deal with the Colts. He's going to a really good team, and he gets to protect Carson Wentz. So we'll see how that one works out. And ready for this? The Jags have signed, indeed, Tim Tebow. He is going to try out as a tight end. He gets a 1-year deal with Uncle Urban to play in Jacksonville. Kentucky Derby winner. It's been all over the news. We'll talk about it on our Big Hook. But Medina Spirit has failed a post-race drug test. He tested positive for an anti-inflammatory. You have to have that out of your system by the time the race is run. It was not. Bob Baffert is appealing it. And are you ready for this? He is saying he didn't do anything wrong. He's also saying that it could have been a diluted sample. It could have been a sample that, by accident, his groom, who was taking cough syrup at the time, peed in the stable on the hay, and the horse ate that hay. That's his excuse right now for Medina Spirit failing the drug test.
You know what that reminds me of, Tom? Reminds me of...
The dog ate your homework?
No. I think it reminds me back in 2003 or 4 when I broke the piss test machine for the league with synthetic urine. It cost me $20,000. So, yeah. But I,
Come on,
use
Bob.
the fake stuff. But that sounds like a story, and
Well,
who knows?
Did you really do that?
I did.
Oh my God.
We got to hear
Did it
that.
really not come out?
We got to hear that. By the way, Medina Spirit scheduled to run in the Preakness this Saturday. They have not said anything yet if he's going to be able to run or not, but Bob Baffert cannot train right now at Churchill Downs. They have suspended him. So more on that coming up in the Big Hook. And we take you to this day in sports. 51 years ago, hockey fans, sports fans, this is like, look at that picture. That is one of the most iconic pictures in sports history. It's Bobby Orr beating the St. Louis Blues for the Stanley Cup championship. That statue, they have a statue just like that outside the Boston Garden right now, or whatever the hell they call it these days. But let's take you back.
TC Gardens.
Whatever. 51 years ago today, Dan Kelly. I love it. I love that. Dan Kelly with the call. One of the best sports moments ever. But back then, the Boston Bruins wound up winning that against an expansion team, the St. Louis Blues, because when all those teams were brought into expansion, Mac, they had their own division. So you knew one of the expansion teams was going to make it to the Stanley Cup final that year.
Coached by?
Al Arbor.
Was it? Scotty Bowman.
Scotty Bowman. Damn it. Newman. I knew that. I'm so disappointed in myself.
Al Arbor never coached at St.
Well, he
Louis.
played on the Blues. My bad.
Thank you.
With his glasses, by the way, I might add.
That's pimp.
How about that? Plenty
You
more
said
coming up.
that's pimp.
We got D-Max recap of the weekend coming up right after the break. Right, Pilar?
Yeah, we've got D-Max weekend talking about how he did in the PGA. Woo! Why am I so excited about this? We're going to talk about it. We got that and the Big Hook coming up, so don't you guys go anywhere. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. And at Hall Financial, we treat our clients like family. And our number one priority is giving each of our clients 5-star service. Our passion for 5-star service, combined with our expertise, allows us to find the best possible solution for refinancing your home loan. We take the time to focus on both the individual and the numbers. We're going to walk you through the process and close your loan in half the time of our competition. Go to davidhallmortgage.com today.
This is the perfect time to learn a new trade and start a new career. Learn more about their 10.5 months hands-on HVAC program at northwesterntech.edu. Northwestern Tech, the HVAC school that works. Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network. All right, D-Mac gave us some really good little nuggets on Friday. How did it work out?
Well, you know what? See, this week, if you win some and then you lose some, that's part of sports gambling that we always do. So we have to enjoy the victories, and by the smile on Pilar's face, it looks like she also took, yes, Rory McIlroy with his first PGA victory in 553 days. I got him at plus 1,400. I know that going down before the tournament and stuff like this. So what I like to say to that, Pilar, high five.
High five.
Way to go,
money,
Anthony.
money, money,
Cha-ching
money.
on that one.
Money.
We hit that bet. About time the golf has won. Stick around Wednesday. But our NASCAR, yeah, that looked like our boy Eric Jones. That means we did not win. Unfortunately, Eric Jones. What he did win, though, was People's Choice with the best paint scheme. Check this out. He was driving the number 43 Richard Petty car. Unfortunately, it was Darlington. He had the Darlington stripe. He broke his 6-race Darlington top 10 streak, so we went in that. But I want to give you also a recap. I actually won this weekend because, as you know, you guys were talking about different things that you're passionate about. I would talk about wrestling in the same vein. And one of the former UFC wrestlers, or former UFC fighters turned WWE wrestler, Matt Riddle, was in town. Now, our friend of the show, Tammy Chin Schultz, has made this possible, and I want to show you this. So we got something in the works, and I just want you to know I consider myself winning this weekend. Check this out.
Bro, better known as D-Mac. Hey, I didn't catch you this time around, but next time, I hope I get to see you, and I hope we get to chill out a little, bro. Maybe do a little something special, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes, exactly.
Take care, bro. Later.
Exactly it. Now, if you notice that, Freddie the Pizza Man shirt he had on, yes, our very own, Maz's very own Freddie the Pizza Man.
My man.
Blowing up. And Tammy told me that his request when he landed was to go to Freddie the Pizza Man's to get pizza, to get the shirt, support the autism and stuff like that. So, Riddle Bro, he'll be back October 2nd, and we're going to talk DMAC brand stuff, so I can't wait to. So to me,
was
that's
that
what
the
it's all
little
about.
something special
That's
he
something
was
special.
talking
It's
about?
Him and I, we're kind of curious, and I'll give him some
Kind
kind
of
of
curious.
answers.
Y'all can.
I'll tell you, they didn't short the guy in the looks either.
No, dude,
Son
and
of
a
a
great,
gun.
phenomenal athlete, and he wrestles in bare feet.
Does he really?
Yeah, exactly, because that's the MMA. So
Wow.
yeah, he's part of the tag team with Randy Orton called RK Bro right now, because Randy Orton's known as RKO, so he made it RK
I know.
Bro.
So there was a time that I was following Randy Orton's career years ago, and it was crazy because he and some of the other WWE guys that was he on Raw?
Yeah,
Was he
yeah.
part of- okay, they came on Deal or No Deal, and so we got to meet them, and it's all of us just kind of started following their careers and watching them and cheering for them. But crazy how you get new fans and followers by doing just small PR stuff. Well, I don't know if showing up on Deal or No Deal was small PR. It was the number one
that's a big
primetime
PR
show.
thing.
But still, for them to do that and take the time and come on there, 26 girls started following their career.
Well, this sort of segues into a conversation we're going to get into later on in the 4 o'clock hour about how things are changing, especially in the landscape of the hockey broadcasting with ESPN and TNT. So I got a little something for the people and for you, Pilar. Later on in the show, we'll get into that when we talk a little bit more hockey. But
All right.
all in all, pretty good weekend.
It
plus,
was a
plus
good
shout out
weekend.
to all my boys and my peeps up in Kalkaska and Pincannon and stuff. So I was up there. My endocannabinoid system is full. We were continuing the high times testing, and so far.
Endocannabinoid. What?
Endocannabinoid system, Pilar, is why
This guy knows the body.
Right. Anything with a spine has it, right? And you want to know why cannabis, the plant, is specifically for your endocannabinoid system. So it doesn't matter what kind of animal. If it has a spine, it has an endocannabinoid system. And that's, so pretty much you got a food processor, and it's your responsibility of what to get in. Ours all reacts differently. And so that's where the CBD on the regulation, and it's all education. And stuff
Mine's
like
full
that.
of
That's
pizza.
amazing.
What's that?
My endocannabinoid, whatever the hell it is, this is full of pizza.
It's okay. That's it. And in all honesty, the reason is because, and if it makes sense, is because the past 100 years, the right or wrong, everybody's endocannabinoid system is depleted. Why? Because it's as simple as they ban it in the hemp, so the animals stop eating, we stop eating the animals or whatever. Your system's automatically. That's why your grandparents and your parents' grandparents, great-grandparents had that harder work ethic and more into the land and stuff, because their systems was working. This is all education. This is
I'm
all out
so
there that you can
intrigued by
find.
this.
And it can't. Well, and here's the thing: when you pinpoint it now, so here's the beauty.
Does Cheryl
That-
teach you all this?
No, I learned it myself because it saved my freaking life.
I know, man.
She helped me get to here, but it's the same thing when I tell everybody the way Google me, the way I protected my Redwood teammates. I will stick up for this plant because it saved my life. But it's common sense because of why it works. And when you're talking about me and stuff like that, so it goes back to what you're looking to accomplish. Me being an alcoholic insomniac, well, you know what? There's a part of that CBD which is called CBN, which is night, which I take at night. And it's allowing the regulation of your system to, if you're all organic and it's worried about what you eat and put in your body, you should get into understanding the why. And it can go from pain to Maz. I gave Maz some CBD extra strength stuff specifically for his migraines today, which is done. So it's and the beauty is that the Darren McCarty brand is I created for myself. And started to talk, and hopefully it educates everybody else. So I'm here for not to argue, but here for what do you mean by that? And you can see that's the way of educating. So Pilar, the fact that it's as simple as go home and see what an endocannabinoid system will work.
I'm gonna read more
Thanks for
about
letting
this.
me
It was
soliloquy on that one.
very, very
Using that word a
interesting.
lot.
I love it. It's my new favorite word, Baz.
Endocannabinoid.
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 So when the plant, right? It's cannabis, but it's cannabinoids. It's all full of over 500 cannabinoids, all different. So when you get it in your food processor, we all process differently.
Sure.
Yeah, so it makes
Interesting.
sense.
Well, I'm gonna have to learn up on this. I find that very,
Hey, how
very
was
interesting.
the comedy? You know,
Uh,
did everything
yeah.
go
Comedy was
good?
fun. Comedy was fun. Shout out to Mikey TikTok and Ben and his boys came and stuff, and Tammy and
Tammy went,
and everybody that was there was. It was cool to get back on the bike. Shout out to Magis, shout out to Dave and the production company. You know, it was nice to be able to go out and see. There's probably 80 people there
That's
to
great.
see faces, and as Ben said, it was nice to hear some stories and comfy chair, and that's what it's all
Right.
about. It's the connection that I've missed, and look forward to doing it again next Saturday in Brighton for Habitat for Humanity. So
Those are
Love
some
it.
comfy chairs at the Imagine Theater.
I
as
was
well.
standing
I
up the whole
know.
time, so I don't know.
I know.
Well, I remember
Bravo.
when I used to be able to go and things were open. They are very comfy. That, and you can take your pizza in and.
Oh yeah.
Let's get back to the theater,
Really
everybody.
didn't have
Yeah.
some tequila?
No, I did not have some tequila. I was driving, and I typically always had my stepson. There are times that I am kind of responsible, and that was one of them. All right, guys, one of the few ones. All right, guys, let's get to our big hook on this Monday morning. It's so great to just come to work and start processing everything that happened over the weekend and late Friday night. So going back to the Kentucky Derby, this last Kentucky Derby, who lost money on it? Did you guys? Oh, you won. Did you lose?
No, I won.
You won.
I had the winner.
So
The winner.
I'm one of the unhappy people here.
Well, technically
that's
I
saying
won,
this.
but
So-
I should be a little bit more unhappy because if they knock out the first place horse and my number 9 Charlie moves to second with the number 7 winning at that rate, I'd be making a lot more money.
more.
But
Not
I'm
really.
okay. I'm okay.
Not
But you
really, Matt.
won.
Not
But
really,
you-
because they would have knocked the 7 down completely. The 9. Wait, what number was Medina Spirit?
8.
They would have taken him out completely.
Right, the 26-1 would have won.
He would have won. Then Charlie would have
The-
been second, and then the favorite would have been third.
Yeah, but still it'd pay more.
I don't think so,
well,
so.
either
No.
way, so the winning horse,
26-1.
because the favorite got in.
5 or yeah, but still okay.
The
I'm not going
unofficial-
to argue with the schematics, but I still think that
You
the
made
ticket
money.
would be, any horse bettors out there, would the ticket have been more, even though the favorite finished his third with a 26-1 winning? That's
Right.
all I'm
12 to
saying.
1 won it, so it's okay.
all right, guys. So let's
12 to
get
1?
to the story. Let's get to the story. So Medina Spirit could be DQ'd after failing his drug test. Maz, you were a big horse
Oh,
guy.
that's my
you
number
love
one.
the sport.
I do.
You're a champion for the sport.
I'm embarrassed.
And you're embarrassed for the sport right now. I'm
Yeah.
happy to hear you say that because I feel like sports betting has now changed so many different sports, right?
yeah.
Especially ones like this that used to be you really couldn't go and make money off of horse betting unless you went to the actual event. Now you can bet on these horses from anywhere. So there was so many more people, I feel, betting on this race than before, now that sports gambling is legal.
I got a question for you, Maz.
Yeah.
Right? Because remember a week ago, and even before this news came out, we were excited because the younger generation was getting
Yep.
involved. It was like the resurgence of we
Yeah.
were talking about.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
It was exciting.
boxing's going the wrestling route, making a joke of it. But man, it was to look at the younger kids. Is this the worst thing that could happen to the sport?
Yeah, it doesn't look good. It's not like he's a first-time offender. It's the most popular guy in horse racing. Everyone knows the man with the white hair and the rose-colored sunglasses, the blue-colored sunglasses, Bob Baffert, and he's won 7 Kentucky Derbies. He's won so many races. He's the top trainer of all time, but he has a history in the last year and change. About last 13 months, he's had 7 horses test positive for some sort of anti-inflammatory or a steroid, and he's gotten away with it so far. He's only been suspended a couple of days and fined $1,000. I think he's beaten all of this. But there's a lot of people in the horse game that don't like him, didn't like that his horse won on Saturday, a couple of Saturdays ago, and they think he's bad for the sport. Now they've caught other trainers. Jason Service was a guy that got basically thrown out. This is one of the top trainers as well, but they caught him red-handed. And now Bob Baffert, I don't know, man. It doesn't look good. Do I want him to be innocent? Yeah, I do. Do I think he could be innocent? Yeah, I think he can be innocent. But again, this is not a steroid. This is something that helps the horse feel better. It's like taking an aspirin. The only thing it's not illegal for the horse to have this, but it has to be out of his system by race day. And it turns out there was a trace of it. And I forgot the word he called it. It's not like a millimeter or a centimeter. It's less than like 1 out of 1,000,000% of that drug was in this horse's system, is what Bob Baffert is saying. And they're busting his balls on it. Now, he knows there are people out there that don't like him, and they're going to push the envelope to try to get him out of there. They don't want him there. They want these owners to give them their horses.
Matt, do you know how many days does it take for the horses to get that out of
I don't know.
So you don't know. So you don't know.
But they would know, Pilar.
Of course, they would
know.
have to know. Obviously, there's some type of science that has already been discovered on this where they could say a week prior to the race, you cannot
correct. Give the horse
anti-inflammatories.
The thing is, what I told you in the update, this is the bad thing. He comes up with these excuses that the sample was tainted, or you heard what he said. I told you in the update when he said the groom that was taking care of the horse for him was on a cough medication. He had a cold and he had peed in the stall, which I didn't know grooms just peed right there on the horse's oats and straw and hay. But I guess you do. I guess you got me. And the horse ate the tainted sample. I mean, this is some of the crap that's coming out of his mouth.
Wait, Adam, are you able to pull up that social media post from Joey 2 times that he said about he something about the parole officer? He told the judge something to the parole. I told the judge some drug addict peed all over my food, and that's why I violated my parole. He didn't buy it either. That is. High five, the best thing I have read.
I mean, come
that
on,
is
Bob.
Amazing. It's
I wish you
true.
didn't say anything. Why'd you even say anything?
Why even say anything?
Just stay
shut
there.
Up.
Let's see, because this is what happens. If his appeal fails and they find that the sample is good, the horse gets disqualified. The owner who paid $35,000 for him, remember we started? This horse was bought for $1,000, then sold for $35,000. So the owner that owns him at $35,000 was going to get $1.8 million for winning the Derby. That money has not been given to the owner yet until this race is completely declared official. If he is out, he's out of the money. He's disqualified from the race. Mandaloun's owners would win it. And here's the downside. Mandaloun is not running in the Preakness, so there will be no Triple Crown. And even if, let's say, Medina Spirit does win it, they're going to be looking at him like he was a cheat anyway. Because a few years ago, when Justify won it, and this was a Baffert horse, his last Triple Crown winner, word came out like a month later that Justify had some failed tests as well, but they kind of swept it under the rug. So there was word about that, and then they retired the horse early.
It's going to be a little difficult to sweep things under the rug right now with as big as the world of sports betting has become. There's way too much money that was put on this race.
It's not only that,
Do you
Pilar,
think that
it's
this
because
changes?
the horses, they don't want the horses to be injured. They don't want any more horse deaths. Santa Anita was basically almost closed, one of the best racetracks in the country, in California.
I remember.
What almost was closed because of all the horses breaking down. And what happens is, if they get too much drugs, they run injured. They run injured and they break down, and you can't help a horse when he breaks a leg. You have to euthanize him. And that's the shitty part.
The absolute worst.
I went to the medical directors online to check mass. Charles said, "Was it a picogram?"
That's it.
A derived metric measurement unit of mass. A picogram is equal to 1 trillionth of a gram.
It's a picogram.
Thank you, Charles.
Thank you, Charles. Thank you.
Amazing.
Way to look out, hookers.
Yeah, good looking out. Well, let me ask you guys this.
Forget the betting. It's the horse's health first, because there's no sport if the horses keep breaking down.
Absolutely. And look, I have been to a race where they had to put a horse down, and it was you feel like a complete rotten person for even supporting the sport to begin with. You feel terrible when you're seeing them take the horse away.
That the Horse Association is not going to go lightly and slap a $5K fine on a repeat offender in this league.
They're looking for him. You know what? There's guys out there that want him out. So did somebody do something? Who knows? This is
wow, we're
Who
getting
knows?
into New York.
Yeah.
Oh, we're
It's
getting
the
into
truth.
did somebody spike the juice?
Yeah, you don't know. They want him out, man.
Wow.
I mean, owners
Well,
are they give their horses to Baffert. They want him out. He's on the precipice of being. He's in trouble,
So
man.
you think it's more of a blackball?
He's definitely got blackball against him. No question about it. But is he doing stuff illegal? I got friends on Twitter. My standard bred gal on Twitter, she is a huge horse fan and hates his guts. I mean, there's a lot of horsemen that hate this guy's guts.
Easy. We love that you're supporting our show, even though you are at home today. We hope you feel better. But Easy just hit us up on social media, and he said, "That's what I'm saying." Yeah.
What's he saying?
That's crazy.
what's he saying?
What you guys were saying about the whole
Hey, look.
people want him
theory.
out.
Let me tell you
conspiracy
something.
thinking.
Let me tell you something about horse racing. It is a phenomenal game. It is great. It used to be called. It's still called the Sport of Kings. It's exciting. There's no more excitement that you can get out of a sporting event than going to a horse race and rooting for your horse, especially on these big races like the Derby, Preakness, and Triple Crown. It's phenomenal. Has it taken its lumps over the years? Yeah. I mean, there's one racetrack left here in Michigan, and it's on its last legs, unfortunately, Northville Downs. I support it still. You know, it takes me 45 minutes to get there, but I still go and I try to support it. And, you know, you eat up in the restaurant, you spend some money there, you do what you can. And Michigan turned its back on the horse game. It comes from the politics. It comes from MGM. MGM is the kingpin that put the horse tracks out of business here in Detroit. That is a fact. They suffocated them. They made the government suffocate the horse game out of here. It's not what it used to be. It is what it is. I wish I could make fans out of all of you, but if things like this happen, it's going to be gone. It's going to be gone. Things like this continue to happen.
Well, the sad thing, Maz, is like you mentioned it. When goes on, right, in every business, we're taking the horse race business, but because all the eyes were on it and it was something that everybody was excited. And this year's Kentucky Derby, it probably drew more fans, or you changed your operating. You went to the track this year to enjoy it. You know, it's a different feel.
Yeah.
For all the excitement, this is just bursting the bubble to me. It's like, oh well, you know, how not just the betting aspect, but the health of the animals and all this stuff. And then it goes into, is there something behind this? Is this a setup? Is this so? All of these questions that nobody has the answers
If
for.
it's a picogram, and this is a legal substance. This is a legal substance. If there's a picogram in this animal's blood, I don't think it's a big deal. But it's a rule that it has to be out of his system by race time.
Right.
If it happened to like D-Mac's other horse that finished like 8th, no one is going to hear about this. But the horse won. So what are they doing?
Sure.
Oh, Baffert won? Oh, picogram? Yeah, let's put it out there.
Yeah. Well, you know, and of course it is about the horse's safety, but always, I feel like, but there's people that are now upset, tons of people that lost money, that won money off of Medina Spirit, that lost money because of Medina Spirit winning. How do you handle that? I know me personally, I almost feel like we lost what, $300 that day? So
But you wouldn't have had the winner anyway.
no, I know, but it still kind of makes you think, like, well, what if? What if we would have won?
Well, let's go back 2 years ago.
It almost makes you think, but hold on, it almost makes you think, like, do you want to bet on sports now that pay you out even though it's still kind of unofficial, where they still need to do testings?
Well, you get paid right then and there at the racetrack. You can't wait till tests come back.
Right, you
for
get
people to
paid
get
on
paid.
all of your.
The
Yes,
horse-
I'm saying you get paid on all the apps. You get paid.
That
They
horse
either
won the
take
race.
your money.
He earned it. He earned the race. He earned it. He won it. I hate that they're even trying to take it back from him. It's a legal substance. I'm just taking the other road, and I'm saying I'm upset
But is it
that
part
it had
of the
to be
rules
out
that you're
there.
not supposed to be on it?
Yeah, I guess it is part of the
Okay,
rules.
so can you get disqualified if you have it in your system?
Yeah, but
Okay, so
secondary
then-
after
but it
everyone
just-
gets paid, yeah.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if you want to bet on this, It doesn't. I don't know if I want to bet on horses.
Nah, you'll be back.
One, I wasn't winning, but two,
I don't know. I gave out the winners. I mean, that's
You did. And you're ready for the
Did you
Preakness,
know?
too?
Did you know that they were giving this horse?
No, I did not because I
kidding.
keyed the 9.
I'm just kidding.
But I've known in the past. I mean, it's like here's the whole thing, right? Like when owning standardbred horse, it's the line, right? It's a movable line that it's whoever crosses it, and like you said, all the trainers trying to get the edge. You see it in NASCAR when guys get suspended because they made an adjustment to the car that didn't pass inspection. So it's more or less the testing should be done before the race to whether to scratch them or allow them, because once you allow them in the paddock or allow them into the gate to race, then whatever they allow should go. So there's definitely, it's brought up questions that need to be answered and rules that need to be changed, and it'll be interesting how the due diligence and vetting out process to get behind this. So
remember a couple of years ago, Maximum Security in the Derby won the race. I had him as well, by the way. And he got disqualified, but it took a half an hour because they had to keep looking at the replay. He interfered with a couple of horses back. So that's where they changed. That horse was actually disqualified, but
that's a race.
Nobody got paid yet until
that's a race
that race was
infraction.
official.
Correct. Talking about.
But I do like what you're saying, though, D-Mac.
Well,
like, why are you not testing them?
Have everything cleared before
the night before,
or the morning, or
right,
whatever
early
it
that
is.
morning. Sure.
So they'll still whatever it is, so that it's sort of fair. What Maz is talking about is an infraction in the play of. In play, it's a reffing infraction.
It was an interference.
Right, but that's different than what you're talking about, because if this is the case,
here it is 2 years later,
but
and
if
we're
it's
going
a
through this
rule,
crap again.
right? If it's a rule, then the horse doesn't even get to race.
I agree.
So
I agree with that, and then it would eliminate anybody being upset that they didn't get paid on a horse that should have won because this one, cheated. All right, guys, let us know your thoughts.
The horse didn't know.
What did former President Trump...
Hey, what if the horse... maybe the horse has a problem. Maybe the horse has a problem and it was sneaking this stuff, and the jockeys and the owner don't even know. But
it happened.
The horse has it.
So there was a headline.
The horse has his own guy, maybe.
There was a headline, and you know how headlines are. They always write them really good to make you click on them, right? So there's a headline this morning on this that said, former President Trump calls Derby horse, a Derby horse that won a junkie.
The Donald.
That was like the best. Yes, the horse. So let us know your thoughts. Do you think that this is going to, change the way people view the sport as far as wanting to bet on it, or do you think people are still going to continue to bet on it?
What did Meghan McCain call him the other day? She came up with some nickname for him.
For the
for
horse?
Trump. No, for Trump.
For the horse.
Oh, I don't know.
I have to look it up. It was very funny. I mean, it's those two going at each other.
People are always going at it. I just thought that it was funny that the headline said that he called the horse a junkie.
He's a junkie.
Poor horse. He probably didn't even ask to be run in this race.
Did he follow it with wouldn't have happened on my watch?
I don't know. I'm telling you, I didn't even click on it because I've learned that these are all just clickbaits. When they're really good like that, it's just, or really funny, it's just clickbait. But all right, guys, when we come back, it is time for us to get to the good, the bad, and the ugly. So stick around. You're tuning into The Hook.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We're recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10.5 months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
a graduate
of Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Hey guys, it's Maz for our good friends at Hall Financial. Have you checked your mortgage rate lately? You know the scoop. If it's near 3% or a little bit over, it's time for you to give them a call and ask for a free 5-minute mortgage checkup. Hall Financial is fast. They do all the heavy lifting for you. So go right now to davidhallmortgage.com to get started. If you're paying more than 3%, you're paying too much. Tell them your friends at Woodward Sports and The Hook sent you. They'll take good care of you, I promise. Hall Financial, lower payments, better options, more personal attention.
Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network. Make sure that you're joining in on all of our conversations on our social media at Woodward Sports, or you can give us a call, 313-552-6322. All right, guys, one of my favorite segments that we do here on Mondays is we recap how we did over the weekend in a segment we like to call The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
That's unfair, Maz. That's unfair. I'll lead it off here. Obviously, my good, I said it already, Rory McIlroy, 553 days since he's won, holding up the trophy again. That only gets him fired up. What it is, the veteran that he is, it's about him wanting to finish championships, getting ready for the other majors of the season. So that's a long time for a guy with that much talent. My bad, again, Eric Jones, a poor guy, but he won the People's Choice paint scheme, so you got that going for you, kid. Back on the horse, Byron, Michigan's own, so that was my bad. And the ugly, well, we talked all week last week about Mr. Tom Wilson and what he did to the Rangers and answering back in a soliloquy. Well, on Saturday night, you can see we do not know, but we know it was a neon knee hit and something that it was a collision part, but Mr. Wilson might be out, and that'd be a loss for Washington. All I got to say, question mark, karma.
Karma's a B. You know that.
Look, I don't like to see anybody get hurt, ever, when it comes to sports, and I think it's terrible that people that love these players, family, kids, have to see them over and over with that injury. So karma or no karma, I hate to see anybody get hurt, but, I mean, it does make you ask, karma. But I do feel, though, people have got it out for him now.
Well, that's
people have
it
they've
goes
had
down
enough.
to what I said, and you can look. I did a soliloquy last week.
There's that word again.
I love it. I'm going to use it every time I can. Which I stated about why it's the league's either got to protect the players or else you got to let them enforce themselves.
Right.
And this, watching this was a hockey play, but again, you know, just like anything else, there are hockey gods, as there's golf gods, as there's gambling gods, as there's the big god. You know? So, I mean, I don't know enough. I just bring it to your attention. So those are my good, bad, and uglies.
All right, Maz, what are your good, the bad, and the ugly?
Well, my good, I'm going to go baseball again because Friday night was the 4th no-hitter of the year, the second in 3 days. Wade Miley of the Reds no hits the Indians, and my guy Zach Plesac was pitching for the Indians. He pitched a great game, but of course they get the shutout 2-0. So Wade Miley, and it was one of the fastest games of the year as well. I love a good no-hitter and almost a perfect game as well. My bad, it's still the Detroit Tigers. They won 1 game out of 2 over the weekend, rained out yesterday, but they are still the worst team in baseball, 10-24. And I don't see them getting much better. The over-under, I remember the beginning of the year when they were 6-6. I was like, man, I love that over. They're going to win definitely in the 70s. I can't see them getting to 60 wins now. We'll see how it goes for the remaining part of the year. And the ugly, we've been talking about it. I call it the fugly. It's with Bob Baffert and Medina Spirit right now. Bob Baffert, the trainer, 7 Kentucky Derby wins, now under duress again. Medina Spirit fails a drug test, had some anti-inflammatory drug in his system at the time of the Kentucky Derby. Possibly he could be disqualified and ruin the Triple Crown. And, of course, Mandaloon would be getting all that money. But not him, the horse itself, but his owners. So that's the ugly. I hope it's not going to be true. I hope somehow there's an explanation. Lucy, you got some splaining to do.
Yeah.
Well, right now, Bob Baffert is just saying, well, a groom peed on the hay. He was drinking cough syrup, and the horse ate it. That's why he OD'd, I guess. So that's what he's saying. I believe him.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's it for me.
All right, guys, for my good, the bad, and the ugly. The good is that my hubby won some money. Y'all are funny.
Adam got that.
Yeah, baby, way to go, Big Tone.
That's from Paul's Instagram.
And it was on Mother's Day, and you finished the toilets and the shower
That
and feeding
is,
Tony
oh
grapes.
my gosh, that is hilarious.
So what did he do? What's so good about him? You didn't even tell us what the good was. You're just stunned at the picture.
But it was just like, my hubby wants some money. Listening to D-Max pick on taking McElroy. Oh, that was hilarious, guys. Good job on that. That was on our honeymoon. You know where that was? Fish, that was in New Zealand. Yes.
Those grapes look great, by the way.
They were fantastic.
Oh, I love good grapes.
Yes, that was a good one.
Can we see that one more time, Adam?
That is how things are ran in my household. Here I am, always talking about how I make my husband stay in the basement and climb out of the egress window when he had
Well,
COVID.
this was the
But this
honeymoon.
is
You
how
set
it
him up right here, Mads, didn't she?
Yep.
Because she's looking. This is the last time I'm ever going to have to do this. Look at your face.
Right.
You just
I hope you enjoy this. You said I do.
Did he ask you what was in the case before you did this?
Yes.
What do you
that's
mean?
funny.
What was in the case? I don't get it. I don't get
He's just trying to be funny. He's trying to appease to your deal or no deal side. He
I
obviously
didn't get it. I
picked
didn't
case
get
number 8 of 14.
What's in the case? You know, grapes, and you were feeding him the grapes. That's
okay.
I'm sorry.
All right, so that was the good. My honey won some money. The bad was that the Derby champ allegedly cheated. Now, this isn't the worst for me like it was for you, Tom, because win or lose, we still wouldn't have won any money.
You still hit the booze?
We still
Win
had
or
a good
lose,
time.
you still hit the
We
booze?
still had a good time. But I'm saying this is the bad, even though we lost regardless. I think that this is really bad for the sport, and I think it's really bad for people who gamble on this particular sport. So, and that's, you know, what we cover a lot of, and we really do get involved in the whole world of gambling. So that, to me, was really bad. The ugly, the real ugly, was for Mother's Day, I had to clean. That was me. This was me. I had to clean on Mother's Day. I had to clean our toilets. I had to clean our showers.
After brunch.
After brunch, yes. I had to work it all off. I had to clean our bathtubs. Why? Because none of my toilets clean themselves. I don't have any of those. I don't know if you guys have those for
You
your
don't have
wives.
a self-cleaning
but
toilet?
No.
My daughters
no.
think we have
my
those.
My husband asked me, he's like, why are you cleaning on Mother's Day? I go, because it's like every other Sunday for me. Like, our stuff doesn't just clean itself. So that was the ugly for me.
Not bad.
Not bad?
Not bad.
That was so
That was
nice of you, though, to feed your husband grapes.
Feed my husband grapes. That's, yeah, when you win money around in my household, I take you to a vineyard and pull a vine of grapes and just feed them to you. And then I fan you, too, in case it's too hot.
Wow.
That was a good one, guys. That was a good one. Let us know what your good, your bad, and your ugly was. You can give us a call, 313-552-6322, or hit us up on our social media at Woodward Sports. We've got a lot of them on here, guys, so keep them coming. All right, guys, let's talk about DK Metcalf missing the Olympics. First off, did you guys even know that he was going to be trying out for the Olympics?
I heard he was going to try to do this race. You know, he wanted to do something on his bucket list, I guess, and he gave it a whirl. I mean, the guy is a beast of an athlete, one of the best receivers in football, definitely the best build in football, unquestionable there with the Seattle Seahawks, and he gave it a whirl. He out of 10 runners, didn't really do well, but not bad.
See, that's wrong, because if you you see the race run, the whole pack there, and for being a guy who's 40, 50 pounds heavier than everybody else, to be able to stay
pounds,
up
not
in
even
the pack.
30.
I mean, shout out to him just so he can prove to himself.
Absolutely.
My question is if you brought, who would you like to see run it? First person comes to mind is the cheetah in Kansas City, Tyreek Hill. But again, it's a different sport. It's a different running. But
he might have a hard time beating his own teammate, McCall Hardman. He might have a hard time beating him. Hardman is as fast as he's lightning fast.
Well, I just want to remind everybody.
Can't catch then.
And we have got. He should have put Buda Baker out in front of him, and then let's see how fast he would have run. But remember this clip from last year, or this game from last year, when DK Metcalf goes. Look, here he comes chasing after Buda Baker, who thought he was going to get a pick six, and DK says, "I don't think so, buddy. Not today."
Wow.
The whole world started talking about, like, man, Metcalf is so fast. Like, did you see he just came out of nowhere? He passed up like 8 guys to get him. And this was like the talk of everything for a week. I wonder if that moment made him say, you know what? I'm going to try this. Because I don't know if you've ever ran after somebody or from somebody or just in a race, right? But you get that burst of adrenaline that you don't even know where it comes from. And suddenly you're like, dude, that was fast. That
Second
was
lane.
so fast.
DK's in the second lane. You can see
Look
how
at
much
him right
bigger
here.
he is.
Which guy's the NFL wide
Yeah,
receiver?
I mean, he's huge compared to all these. He's still fast. I mean, he is still incredibly fast.
But you could say which guy doesn't belong just by looking there,
For
and you know
sure.
you're picking him out.
Well, for sure.
Looks
I mean,
like Zion Williamson.
he's taller than all of
Jeez.
them. He's bigger than all of them.
He
But
was
I mean,
there for the first
he doesn't
50
give
meters.
up.
He was there for the first
He
50.
doesn't give up.
He was there for the first half. He was
Yeah,
right
but
in the
he
thick
didn't
of
give
it.
up. You see guys when they're getting to they run out of gas. He may have not been the fastest, but he gave it his all that entire sprint. So, but I do wonder if going back to that moment last year, if that's what made him say,
You got a good point there.
I got to try it. I got to try it.
Is there anybody else
What
you'd
is-
like to see NFL guy race? Like who are?
Or I think back in the day, I know the talks right now are what if Megatron would have done this?
Yeah.
Megatron could have made it, is what reports are saying.
So Metcalf run a 10.36 100-meter dash. He finished 15 out of 17, the U.S. track and field Golden Games over the weekends. Our good buddy Dave Burkett wrote an article today for the Free Press, and he had interviewed Tom Bender, who is a private trainer and founder of Bender Performance. And Bender thinks if Megatron would have actually trained, he thinks he definitely could have competed and been an Olympic athlete. And it's a great column. You should give it a read today on Detroit Free Press. Dave Burkett, of course, tweeted it out as well. But Tom Bender, he believes that he has Bolt-like speed. That's what he actually thinks Usain Bolt speed Calvin Johnson has, and on his frame, which is, he's even bigger than...
He's taller. Yeah,
he's bigger than DK.
yeah.
I mean, maybe not as built in the chest area and stuff like that, but hell, man, he's like, Bender said his first 15 yards was horrendous. This is, if you go back to the combine, he ran a 4.3. I know if you realize 4.3 is world-class speed, but Justin Gatlin could run a 4.1, depending on his start. Justin Gatlin, one of the greatest sprinters in U.S. history. So he's comparing him with these
Right.
kind of guys. I mean, it's something. I mean, and Megatron, what could have been, we're happy we had him here in Detroit, but if he didn't want to play football, he could have been a track guy. And I know who is a track guy that used to play for the Lions is Herman Moore. Herman Moore still holds the track records at Virginia, at UVA. His name is all over the record books in the track and field records at UVA. I mean, Herman Moore, he's no slouch, man. And I probably should have given him a call for this one to ask him his thoughts. But hats off, man.
I would have loved to have Herman
Bender
Moore.
thinks that our guy Megatron could have done it.
Yep.
Who am I to disagree?
There's been Willie Galt. There's been
Well, that's another good one, yeah.
There's been sprinters.
Bob Hayes
or
back in the
relay-
60s for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Relay team. You might see that more so these days of some guys coming out of the track world.
Remember Ronaldo Nehemiah? That one just hit me for the Niners.
The game being less physical, more to the offense and stuff like
Right.
that. It's just like hockey where the size is the new speed. That's where you might see more guys.
Yeah.
And I would think training in the summer if you're a speed guy, that track training would be something you'd want to do.
Yeah. Jason on social media just put out there Javed Best. Yeah, wasn't that through... Was it Fish that you were talking about this? Javed Best had qualified for the Olympics through one of the smaller countries, or from where?
He did. It was I forget the island that he ran for, but he ran in the Olympics.
Yeah, he's another one. So keep those coming. Those are good ones. All right, guys, when we come back, we're going to get to the 6th Holy Grail level of missing sports memorabilia. This is going to blow your mind. So stick around. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
We are here, downtown Fenton, my favorite Bridge Street Exchange.
That's right. And you want to switch up your wardrobe this summer? It's this easy. You ready, Joey?
I'm ready.
All right, you ready? I like it. You want to do it again?
Yeah, let's do it again.
All right. Ooh, Brixton. Nice. One more time?
Yes.
Ooh, I like the hat on this one, too. You ready to do it one more time, Joey?
I'm getting tired. One last one.
All right, let's change it. Bro, where's your shirt? You need new clothes this summer. Bridge Street Exchange in Fenton. That's where you need to go. Thank you, guys.
Hey guys, D-Mac here for 8 Mile Vodka. It's not the what, it's the who. 8 Mile Vodka, born in Detroit, distilled in single 90-liter batches to allow for optimal quality, control, and care. Then carbon filtered, aerated, and bottled at perfect time to produce a subtle taste with smooth finish and a character all its own. That's good, right, Plur?
Yeah.
That's good. She's the guru on what's on the inside. I love the bottle and the people behind it. Exceptional premium vodka, chilled or enjoyed straight, mixed to create an exceptional cocktail. Go to Meyer or ask your bartenders anywhere. 8 Mile Vodka. If you do drink, be like Pilar and always drink responsibly.
That's right. In the comfort of my home where I'm not drinking and driving. All right, guys, and I have my husband to take care of the kids.
Or you could call me for a ride. Always a designated
Yes,
driver. You know that.
good. Yes, that's always good to know. What are you doing Friday?
Hey, I'm available.
Just kidding. All right, guys, welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network. Fish, do we have a caller?
Yes, we do.
Okay, who do we have?
We have our good old friend Kevin from Muskegon wants to talk about athletes changing sports.
All right, Kev.
Kevin, welcome to the show.
Hey, what's happening?
Hey, bud.
I just wanted to say that Mikael Hardman and Tyreek Hill, their body types are entirely different from DK and from Calvin. And if you just look at, like, if DK was, I don't know, 5'11", instead of 6'3",
yeah,
I'm sure you could easily post great numbers. And Herman Moore still holds the high jump record at University of Virginia last I looked.
He did. He does.
He was a freak.
He was a beast.
Still is a once you have some sort of talent like these guys do, it goes across spectrums of sports. So
it does.
I just wanted to throw that in there.
I think you brought up a great point. From what I saw there is I'd almost like to see him in a 50-meter.
Yeah, he was
one
right
of
in the
those
middle.
indoor track into the wall, because that's the amazing thing is how he kept it so close, being that big, right? And I definitely agree. I think that obviously Herman Moore, being his frame, explains why he holds high jump records. So it'd be interesting to see. Maybe he will do the 50.
Yeah. It would be.
Thanks
but
for
his closing speed on the football field is phenomenal, as we saw when he chased Baker down.
I'm
but
telling
here,
you,
he couldn't chase those guys down.
Every
That's
now
a
and
different
then,
thing.
you just get this. When I was younger, I used to run track and field, and every now and then, I would just get this burst of adrenaline that would come out of nowhere. Sometimes I would run crazy fast, and then sometimes I would run even just faster. Then sometimes I was just like, oh my God, I'm smoking everybody. Like, what is going on? Why am I running so fast? And I was just like, my heart would be pumping like so much faster, my legs, my arms, everything. And I was even telling myself, like, I am winning. I don't know how I'm running so fast. It's the craziest thing ever. Just every now and then that different burst of adrenaline gets you. And I think that that's what happened to DK Metcalf against Buda Baker. On social media, Charlie let us know that it was St. Lucia he believes were.
That's it.
Javid Best was
Charlie strikes
representing.
again.
So, yep, good call on that one. All right, guys, let's get to some mind-blowing facts on some missing sports memorabilia.
Great. This was a great story I caught on ESPN the other day. I had to say it. I said, hey, we'll save it for next week because this is pretty cool, man. This is what they call the Holy Grail of missing sports memorabilia. Everyone collects sports memorabilia if you're a sports fan. At least some of us do. Cards, helmets, autographs, whatever. Gloves from Darren McCarty, a stick from Sergei Fedorov that I was lucky to get, Mike Vernon's cigar from when he was puffing it on the ice in 1997 at the Joe Louis Arena. All that sportsman, my glow puck. But this stuff is the real deal. Check this out now. The first thing that they have on the list, and we're each going to take one of these.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna start, but since I was a big NASA and moon guy, love the astronauts. You guys still don't believe that we landed on the moon, but nonetheless, we did land on the moon. But if you go back to 1971, this February the 6th, Alan Shepard is on the moon. This was after we've landed in 1969. We're going back. It's just hanging out in 1971. Well, you know what? He sneaks a golf club onto the lunar module. He snuck it into Apollo. They didn't know. NASA did not know. And he had 2 golf balls. He comes out and he hits one 60 yards on the moon. And people, we know where it is. They've taken pictures. And then he hit another one about 40 yards in a different direction. The balls are up there on the moon. They are saying those 2 missing balls would start at $10 million a piece if someone actually went up there, let's say a billionaire boys club guy, Elon Musk, maybe one day he wants to go to the moon. He lands on the moon and he finds those balls. He brings them back home, and they start at $10 million a piece, the bidding. Now, the club itself is in the USGA Hall of Fame. NASA was pissed. They were like, that's not your club. That's our club, even though they didn't know that Shepard snuck it in to Apollo. So they wanted it. USGA says take a hike. It's at the USGA Museum. They say that would start at $10 million if they put that up for bids. So if anyone is out there that's a billionaire and wants to go to the moon and find those 2 golf balls that Alan Shepard hit, you're going to come home richer than when you went there.
I guess that somebody going up there to find that would be more. Well, one, I feel like that would be more obtainable than like the guys that are searching for this treasure up in Oak Island. Or
they found it.
They found it.
Yeah, dude, you don't
Man,
watch that?
I do. I must be all the reruns. My husband and I are like, are they ever gonna? And we don't want to Google it.
Episode last week was the first season. Is that the test that came back was for it'd be like they dropped a. I don't know, the Empire State Building with the samples that came back with the nickel in it and the silver in it and all that stuff where there'd be treasure, and they said it would be like the size of stadium size.
Well, they ripped apart the entire island,
it's
so
not
I'm happy
done
that
yet.
they found
They're gonna get it. They're from Traverse City.
I know they have. Don't they own
75% underground vineyards.
Yeah, say they have the vineyards
no,
up there. So
they're gonna find it. They're gonna pull it out of there, and it's gonna be.
Well, we'll see.
They're gonna get the Ark of the Covenant and everything like that, and it'll just throw everything off.
So, Mac, you're a golf fan.
But I was gonna say $10 million a ball. It's gonna cost you $1 billion to get to the moon, right? It's $10 million a ball. You're talking Elon Musk. $10 million is like $10. So that doesn't.
But then, if you go up there and you find that, at least you can end all the conspiracy theories.
I just want to go up there to meet the aliens on the dark side of the moon.
That
told us not to come back.
Did they really not? Where did you hear that from? Man,
well, that's why they told us not to come back. Wait, there's a reason we haven't been there for 50, 60
years. Because I felt like
they
were just trying to get to Mars. They were trying to get to further places.
Oh, really?
I felt like...
how about the aliens on the dark side of the moon says you're not ready to come back? We'll let you know when you can come back, which will be in the next 10 years. So
hey, it's 50 years ago he hit those balls. 50 years ago.
It might be
I think that if they return these balls, then all the conspiracies about this was all Hollywood, nobody ever landed up there.
That's a hell of a sand trap up there on the moon. I know that for sure.
Did he get Carrie? I wonder if it stayed in the air a little longer.
All right, guys. Let's get to the next one. Jackie Robinson's first Brooklyn Dodgers jersey from 4/15/1947.
That's Jackie Robinson Day. We just celebrated it.
Worth $10 million plus.
That jersey has disappeared. His rookie day. Now, his rookie jersey sold for a couple of $1 million. His just a rookie jersey from 1947 sold for $10 million. It sold for $2 million. This jersey would be worth over $10 million if anybody has their hands on that. And someone has it.
Well, somebody has it.
Maybe the kid that did the laundry that day.
Yeah.
And he's not a kid anymore. He's probably 90 years old, but that jersey's somewhere.
Did you watch that documentary on the guy who stole Tom Brady's jersey or helmet? I can't even remember what was the Super Bowl that he won, and he said he just kind of walked right in and took it. And I
think it was a reporter.
It was a reporter.
It was a reporter. They caught him.
And he wasn't like the first thing he had taken. He said it was like really easy. He returned it and said, "I'm sorry." And Tom Brady was like, "Hey, no hard feelings," being the guy that Tom Brady is.
Take that out of my stall and I beat you with the helmet.
Yeah, right? I mean, like, Tom Brady was like,
Let's talk about that. You were in the locker room. Whatever,
I was.
Like that, all our stuff's all over. You know, my stall, I mean, it's just... Pig
it was a
pen
mess.
is another difference.
It was a mess.
Everything in there, like you
had your dirty laundry hanging in there.
But like you guys would never, like how you would have got your ass beat to not you. I'm just saying that
of course.
it's the disrespect
right.
we're allowing you. That's like going into my house and taking something without me giving it to you.
Yeah, no, you don't take stuff.
So he's lucky he didn't
like
do it in a hockey room, and he did it to Tom Brady. Because I'll agree with you, Tom Brady is a GOAT, but he's a little bit soft.
He was very nice.
So Jackie Robinson's jersey somewhere.
Yeah.
If you have it, please let us know.
Yeah.
It's probably in one of those storage war things. Like somebody in the storage wars would
Could you
find
imagine?
It, right?
You know, it's the flannel ones. You know, back in the day, those old flannel.
Itchy.
Yeah,
exactly.
The George Costanza jerseys.
All right,
Next
3.
one.
Number 3, Maz. What are you, like 4 years old?
No, I wasn't around that day.
Bobby Thompson's 1951 shot heard around the world, home run ball for over $1 million.
Here's what it sounded like.
Up there swinging. Backer throws. There's a left back. It's going to be, I believe. The Giants won the pennant. 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 Bobby Thompson hits into the lower deck of the left field stand. The Giants won the pennant, and they're going crazy. They're going crazy.
Russ Hodges with the great call, and there it is. Look at that arrow pointing to it. That
the
person,
the Fonz call.
That person has that ball. Someone's got it. It could be worth at least $1 million.
Wow.
It's got to be worth more than $1 million.
I think some of these trading cards go for.
I just don't know how they would prove
$5 million.
that was the shot heard around the world. How
Yeah,
do they prove
how do you prove it? Well, maybe if you're that guy and I don't know. I don't know.
That guy's probably not around.
So that one comes in at number 3. Coming in at number 4.
Kirk Gibson's 1988 World Series game-winning home run ball.
Everyone remembers this one. We love Gibby here in Detroit, but he really, really got famous with this home run.
The game right now is at the plate. High fly ball into right field. She is gone.
Dude, he didn't even swing at it to put it 280 feet away.
He came off the massage table, the training table, to hit this ball.
She is gone.
Pilar, he was injured in this game, wasn't going to play. The Dodgers bring him up against the best closer in baseball, in Dennis Eckersley. This is game 1 of the '88 World Series. The A's were heavily favored. He comes off. He tells Tommy Lasorda, I could come up for one at-bat. He goes and gets it from the training room and says, all right, get a stick. He gets a stick. He fouls off a bunch. He could barely walk to the plate. Hits that home run. We love Gibby here. Section 302 of Dodger Stadium. Row D, seat 88. That ball is worth over $2 million. Who the hell has that one? And I'll never forget watching that game and seeing, because the Dodgers were down in that game, all the lights in the back of the Dodger Stadium, the parking lot, everyone jammed their brakes on.
Pilar would have been out there.
Yeah, you would have been leaving early. You would have been all those Dodger fans that were leaving early. Everyone's stepping on their brakes, and it's too late. You can't get back in. Dodgers won it, and of course, they wind up sweeping them and knocking them right out. They broke their back in that game. So Kirk Gibson's home run ball is still missing. We got to get Gibby on and ask him if he has any idea where that ball is.
I mean, I'm sure he would have already said, but that would have
not
been
really.
good to hear.
Gibby might be holding. He might. It's a good poker
Right?
player.
Oh, that'd be great. That would be great if
He might
said,
be holding it.
If he said, after the game, that guy came up and asked me to sign it, and I took it. All right. Who's the next one?
Mac, I'll get this one.
I got it. Shoeless Joe Jackson's confession to throwing the 1919 World Series. If it ever happened, I don't believe that he ever confessed because I don't believe he ever cheated. If you've watched,
This is the Black Sox scandal, where supposedly Arnold Rothstein bought out 8 men. 8 Men Out is the name of the movie. That's a movie I want you to watch, Pilar. 8 Men Out. Another great baseball movie. John Cusack's in it. And Shoeless Joe Jackson, one of the greatest players in modern day baseball, back in the day, I mean, hasn't made the Hall of Fame because he's blackballed. Supposedly, he signed a confession to throwing the 1919 World Series. The thing is, he was illiterate. They could have asked him. I think he could have put an X on there. I mean, he couldn't write, he couldn't read, but he could play ball. But the Black Sox scandal of 1919, that document supposedly is missing. You can fetch at least $3 million if anybody has that piece of paper that Max says doesn't exist.
It's crazy. All right, and the final one on this list, Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point basketball versus the New York Knicks. That happened on 3/2/1962. That's worth over $1 million.
Look at Wilt the still. No one has ever gotten 100. Mac, will anyone ever get 100? I mean, there's been 70s, 80s. I don't think it's that far-fetched for a Russell Westbrook one day to just go off.
Here's the thing, you know what? Maybe I should slow down with that because of the way the three-point ball is.
Steph Curry.
Never put a 4-point in there.
That's right. Wilt did it without that, of course. It's a different ball game. But 100 against.
Yeah, Wilt's standing down low and he's 6 inches taller than everybody. It's like in middle school. You just throw it to the big kid under the basket and he just drops it in.
And it was against the Knicks.
Yeah.
Who are playing good, by the way.
They're playing good. They made the playoffs this year. Made the playoffs. So there you go, folks. Your top 6 missing sports memorabilia items.
Shout out to my boy Dink Reynolds, our boy Dink Reynolds. He's back from Facebook jail, but he remembered because the same thing for Gibby's home run. We're about 16, and he said, "I yelled, get the fuck out of here!" And from the other room, he was, "Watch your mouth." So we were all probably like that. So welcome back, Dink.
Hey, Dink, don't get in trouble again.
Yeah, guys.
Mac, what's the best piece of memorabilia you have?
The best piece.
Just something that means the most to you. Something that means the most to you.
I have the jersey, the stick, and the puck from '97.
Awesome. Is it framed?
Yeah, it used to hang in the McCarty Cancer Foundation office, but now it's somewhere that I allegedly don't know.
Wow.
It's out there somewhere.
How about you, Pilar? You have anything that doesn't have to be sports? It could be. I thought you would have a case from Deal or No Deal.
No.
How could they not let you have a case when the show's been canceled?
I don't know. They would just never let us. It was really weird. Everything that they gave us, like one year for Christmas, they gave us these bikes. They would give us things, and you sign stuff saying that you're not going to sell them, things like that. But
you don't have to sell it. It could be for you.
Yeah, but so they don't give you stuff like that because they were afraid. They did let us have one of the dresses one time that were custom made, but. No, nothing from Deal or No Deal. That was like really crazy.
No Howie Mandel hand sanitizer or anything like that?
Nope. I think that the
Didn't sign your
coolest.
book of Bobby or something like that.
Oh my gosh, Bobby's World? No. I think the coolest thing that I have is a signed Patrick Willis jersey, and I think I say that over and over and over again because I think he's such a great person. People knew his backstory and where he came from and how he grew up and just how great of a person he is to his family. It's incredible, and how serious he took his sport, and then to leave the sport early. It was almost like, people are like, what do you mean he's retiring? Well, it was just one of those things. Injuries were starting to.
No, that's a guy you like, so that means a lot to you.
But one of the coolest, it's not sports. I have got that original Michael Jackson doll, the Barbie doll.
Sweet.
From when I was a kid.
I love it. I think that's great.
I still have it.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool as
And
heck.
you know what? People always say, and they're like, oh my God, that's like the original Michael Jackson doll. And I was like, Yeah, and they're like, "Why did you take it out of the box? You know how much money it would be worth if it was in the box?"
Did you
And I
tell
was
him beat it?
Yeah. I told him because I was a kid, and when we were kids, my mom was never like,
play
"Oh,
with stuff.
honey, this is your birthday gift, but you can't play with
Check
it."
and see what
Like,
Wayne Gretzky rookie cards are worth, and you want to ruin every Canadian kid's thing
Yeah,
because
right.
we had 6 or 7 of them in our spokes,
Yeah.
and then they're worth $5,000 each. We don't know what that
you
means.
played
know
with
it makes
it,
cool
right?
sound.
So, all right, guys, let us know what is some of the coolest memorabilia you have. Hit us up on our social media at Woodward Sports.
I've got a Howard Cosell. Howard Cosell was my guy. It's why I wanted to get into sports broadcasting. Howard Cosell was the guy on ABC,
This
Wide
is
World of
Tom
Sports,
Mazzolini
Muhammad Ali's best friend,
about
the world,
his
best ever
love
Monday Night Football
of Howard Cosell.
So he was at the Meadowlands racetrack when they first took over at Wide World of Sports. They were going to have at the Meadowlands where I worked, the racetrack. They had the Hambletonian, which is the Kentucky Derby for standard-bred horses, the trotters, the best 3-year-old trotters. It was 1980, and I was there, and he was all alone in a section, and we were told, don't go up to him, leave him alone. He's got to do his thing. He's going to eat. No one bother him. Of course, I didn't listen to them. I went over with a nice menu that we had, and he's eating his soup. I'm going to do my Howard Cosell for you. And I just go up to him. He's eating. And I'm saying, excuse me, Mr. Cosell. I was in my uniform. I was a busboy at the time. Excuse me, Mr. Cosell. May I have your autograph? I'm really sorry to bother you. May I have your autograph? And he puts his spoon down. Clank. He clanks his spoon down on the bowl, and he looks up like this. I really shouldn't do this while I'm dining, but I will anyway. So he takes the thing, and his hands are shaking. Starts writing the thing. Howard Cosell. Here you go, kid. That was it.
And you didn't wait till he was done eating because
I didn't want my boss to see me. I just wanted to hit and run. Hit and run. So I have that menu at
So
home.
you didn't think that maybe pissing Howard Cosell off during his meal wouldn't get you reported to the thing instead of waiting?
I wound up getting canned anyway, like less than a year later for
Oh,
betting.
it was a setup.
You're not supposed to. No, for betting, you're not supposed to bet while you're there. You're working. You don't bet at the windows. I got caught at the window so many times in my uniform. It wasn't a good place for me to work. Put it that way. The racetrack.
Wow.
But I had a great time.
Let me give you.
And I had Howard Cosell.
Anybody out there? Let me give you a little bit of advice moving forward. Is that
Very nice.
for the most is this when when athletes or celebrities are with their kids. And there's stuff going on, or if they're eating and they're not alone, they don't mind you saying, can I get a picture, can I get an autograph, but make it on their time. We won't forget. We'll come around to you or whatever, and to let you know.
Right.
There's just certain times, and me, I'm different. I really don't care unless you don't be respectful, and don't do it. It's just a lesson where people don't mind doing it and having it, but it's got to be the respectful time. And a lot of time, you know how it is, Pilar. It's when you're in chasing kids around mode, it doesn't matter. We're all parents. It doesn't matter what you do for a living when you're in that mode, and it's like herding cats.
Yeah, we were at dinner one time with a group of, it was like a work thing, so it was a group of athletes, and somebody came up to one of the athletes and said, excuse me, Mr. So-and-so, I don't mean to be rude. And he turned around and said, then don't. And the guy goes,
that's what you
all
can,
right, thanks,
I'm
bye.
trying to set you up for not
I
that.
was kind of like, wow.
Barry
I can't
Sanders
even
did that to me.
believe
Barry
that
Sanders
just happened.
did that to me.
Really?
I'm at his locker. He's getting dressed. He's just out of the shower after practice. Bunch of guys.
Until he was dressed.
Bunch of guys are starting to gather around. He pulls his jeans up, and he puts his shirt on, and he's looking down, buttoning his shirt, and I'm like, "Hey Barry, I don't mean to bother you." And he's like, "So why are you bothering me?" And he smiled at me. He smiled at me, and I'm like, that was when I first started as a reporter for WJR.
Right.
Yeah, I learned my lesson.
Yeah,
I learned my
you
lesson.
do.
But he was just busting my balls. He didn't care. I mean, he was fine.
Yeah.
Right. He was fine. But he answered that question. Sorry to bother you. So why are you bothering me?
So why are you bothering me?
Why are you bothering me?
Yeah. So, all right, guys, we have still got a lot more show. Guys, start getting ready to give us a call because we're going to come back with more Mazda Sports Update. And after that, it is time for us to play our world-famous Get Home with Hall Financial Sports Trivia for your chance to win a $100 gift card to either Lashish or Detroit Wing Company. So get ready to give us a call, 313-552-6322. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
Morning, Art.
Morning, D-Mac.
Hey friends, did you know that Sun RV Resorts has over 160 RV and camping resorts in the U.S. and Canada? Guests can enjoy water parks, lazy rivers, miniature golf, restaurants, bars, and even Wi-Fi if they would like to stay connected, with locations from the Florida Keys to Myrtle Beach to San Diego Bay and even Petoskey, Michigan. Guests can enjoy the outdoors at a Sun RV Resort. All right, guys, welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network. Maz, let's get to your sports update.
Oh, I was just gonna text my buddy. Okay, I'll do that. Not
You
a problem.
weren't going to text
Yeah,
your
I was.
buddy.
I was.
Were you going to try and get some breaking news?
I was gonna get a quick text in. No
All right.
biggie. I'm ready. Here we go, folks. Brought to you by my friends and our friends at mybookie.ag. Don't forget to use that new promo code Woodward10 to get you a free $10 play. That's right. You don't have to put any of your money up, you cheap SOBs. Okay? Give them a try. Tigers and Twins rained out yesterday. They'll make it up with a doubleheader in July. The Royals in town with 3 games starting tomorrow. Miggy broke that slump on Friday. Finally got a hit. Got 2, matter of fact. They got 10 wins on the year now, and those 2 hits tie Miggy with Melott for 44th on the all-time hits list with 28-76. Bulls over the Pistons last night. The Choice lost 9 of 11. They host the T-Wolves tomorrow with draft lottery implications aplenty in that game. Both of those teams, of course, trying to get one of the top 3 picks in the NBA draft lottery set for June 22nd. Wings season is all wrapped up this year. They lose 5-4 in overtime at Columbus on Saturday. They finished with win 19 out of 56. Better than last year when they won 17 of 71. Jeff Blashill will meet with the birthday boy himself. That's right, Stevie Y's birthday today, and my daughter Abigail. I love you, Abby. Anyway, he'll meet to discuss his future. They missed the playoffs for a 5th straight year. 15 of 16 spots already taken in the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. Montreal closing in that all-Canadian League division. They're closing in on getting that 4th spot. There'll be 16 teams in. A couple of NHL coaches looking for jobs. Columbus' John Tortorella out after 6 years with the Blue Jackets. Arizona, Rick Tocchet. D-Mac's man. Let me show you my stuff here. I still have the card D-Mac gave me on day 1.
You bring it with you every single day.
It's here every day. There's Rick Tocchet in there.
He'll end up on his feet.
D-Mac. That's his man. He will wind up on his feet. No question about it. By the way, Colts signed former Kansas City Pro Bowl left tackle Eric Fisher. 1 year, $9.6 million. The Jags bringing Tim Tebow out of retirement.
What?
Bringing him in as a tight end. Give him a tryout with Uncle Urban's Rolling Jaguars parade. That should be fun. Tight end.
Has he ever played tight end?
I don't know. I think he could basically do whatever the hell he wants. He's Tim Tebow. At worst, he becomes the Jaguars' chaplain. Right? Derby winner Medina Spirit's in trouble. You naughty horseshoe. She failed a post-race drug test after the Derby, testing positive for anti-inflammatory. Bob Baffert in uncomfortable scrutiny once again. He denies any wrongdoing. If Medina Spirit is DQ'd, Mandaloon will be declared the winner and pick up the $1.8 million purse for his owners. And I told you before, Bob Baffert has said he thinks he's being railroaded, or his groom took a pee in the stall on top of the hay that Medina Spirit ate, and the groom had a cold and he was taking cough syrup, so possibly that hay could have been infected. So you guys pick whatever excuse you want. We'll keep you posted on this day in sports. We go to Mother's Day 2009, the mother of them all. Athletics, Dallas Braden, one of the fun guys out there. He throws a perfect game with his mom watching.
Pennington, he's got it. throw to first. He did it. He did it. Dallas Braden has thrown a perfect game. Holy cow, he did it.
Where's Mama Braden?
Unbelievable.
2 out, nobody on.
Nicely done. Nicely done. And, of course, if you watch baseball over the weekend, they were playing with the pink gloves, the pink socks, and the pink hats, the whole works. They do a nice job in baseball. And for Daddy Day, of course, in June, they'll be playing with the light blue gloves, the light blue hats, the light blue socks. I think it's a nice touch that they do in Major League Baseball. So that's what happened just a few years ago, 2009, Dallas Braden.
Wow. All right, guys, start giving us a call, 313-552-6322, if you would like your shot at winning a $100 gift card to either Lashish or Detroit Wing Company and playing our famous Get Home with Hall Financial Sports Trivia. General sports questions today on a level of 1 to 10. Tom Masway, how hard would you say that today is?
I'd say it's a 4.
Say not hard. I feel like we answered
everything that's on here. We
answered the first question.
We talk about all of these
at least once
in the last 2 days
How many
of the
breaks
show.
did Alex Smith have in his leg?
How many?
Before he retired. How many surgeries?
17?
17 surgeries.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we have.
That's funny. That is funny. All right, you guys give us a call.
That's horrible.
313. I had to go back and read the questions to see how that was going to correlate.
It doesn't matter unless somebody's paying attention and wants to play.
Now we did. 313-552-6322.
I just don't like to make you know, to make sure. I couldn't remember if we did or not, so I wanted to make sure because, you know, you're right. We have talked about everything.
Yep. I feel like we have for sure. Yep. Well, yeah, one way or another we have. So don't be shy, guys. Give us a call for your chance to win this $100 gift card to your choice of Lashish or Detroit Wing Company. A couple other comments about the Kentucky Derby horse. It was like saying to the police officer, you had just washed your mouth out with scope when you get pulled over. That's a good one, too.
It's the dog ate your homework. That's basically what this whole thing is. But you know what? He might be getting railroaded. What's the percentage again? What was... I already forgot
pico.
A picogram.
Picogram.
Oh yeah, the picogram is
a picogram.
I took it off there, but it's like 1/1,000,000,000th of a gram.
That's right. So
Crazy.
Medina Spirit, Bob Baffert is saying he had a picogram of this anti-inflammatory in his system at the time of the race. It's supposed to be completely out of his system. Obviously, it was almost out of his system, a picogram. Come on.
1/1,000,000th
Did you have to even bring it up, folks? Just play. Let it have a. Can we have a feel-good story?
Was it the owner that said that it was a picogram, or was it the organization that said
Bob Baffert? I believe him. You heard him.
Was the
they're railroading him.
That it was the organization that came out and disclosed how much was in his system.
Who knows?
Poor horses.
Yeah, at the end of the day, like you said, right? Because it comes back to why is this? It's for the health of the horses.
Who's on the horn there, Fish?
All right, who do you have?
You want it for the trivia or a caller?
Trivia.
Trivia. All right, we got Freddie on the line. He's going to win some money. And
is that my guy, Freddie the Pizza Man?
Yeah, he was said Tom Mazaway requested, so here we go.
Freddie, what's up, Fredo?
Tommy.
How you doing, buddy?
Tommy, the way I know. Hi, Tommy. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man. Hey, we were talking about you earlier today, Mac.
Yeah,
Pick up the story here.
Well, I had a little instant message from Matt Riddle, the WWE superstar that came in town to sign autographs, and his request was that he had to stop in at Freddie the Pizza Man and I noticed it because I said to Maz when I showed him, I said, check out Riddle's shirt here. It was Freddie the Pizza Man stuff. So all the stuff that you're doing for autism, obviously with the foundation that you have, but all the pizza couldn't happen to a better guy, a greater person, and friend of the show. So I thought that was cool. It's nice to see you getting some recognition for all you do, not just the pizzas, for everything outside of this state.
I appreciate that. That's very kind of you, D-Mac. His agent reached out to me a couple months ago and just says, hey, listen, when he's in town, he wants to come meet you and have some pizza. And what a cool cat, man. He was a cool dude, man. I know I call a couple of my buddies, say I know they're big fans. Because honestly, I don't watch WWE, and they knew exactly who he was, man. They were so excited to meet him. He was a really cool dude, man. Really was.
Awesome. That's good to hear.
Awesome to hear. All right, Freddie.
Hold on. I want to talk to Freddie about something.
Oh, okay.
I'm not giving Freddie these questions. He can roll over these questions. Freddie is a trivia expert. I'm not giving him these questions. No way.
That's
listen,
BS,
if I get $100, listen, Tommy, I had to just tell you this. I know you're convinced Tom Brady made Bob Baffert cheat, right?
Exactly.
Oh my God,
You know what?
great.
My wife, first thing out of her mouth, she said, "Hey, just like Tom Brady." That's what she said. Just like Tom Brady. I got my whole house brainwashed, Freddie. You know that, brother. But hey, man, all the success that you've had, it all stems from one guy coming to your pizza joint a few months back. Just quickly give us the quick wrap on that, man.
Well, yeah, I mean, Dave Portnoy, he put me on the spotlight. He put me in the spotlight, and, for me, I know D-Mac can speak to this. When he scored that goal against the Philadelphia Flyers, he worked himself to that position. He just didn't get it at that position. 41 years in the pizza, I got there and somebody recognized it, So, I mean, he came in and, most people have seen the video. It's just, he put me as the best pizza in Detroit, 8.7. If you take Jersey and New York out, I'm like top 5 score of all his reviews in the country.
Wow.
Unreal.
Yes. And everyone, when you talk pizza, they always talk New Jersey, they talk New York, especially Tommy, he'll tell you. And, Michigan, Michigan doesn't get recognition. And it felt really good. And honestly, I don't want to compare the two, but I do feel like D-Mac when he scored that goal against the Philadelphia Flyers in Game 4 in the breakaway. It's exactly how I feel. My life has changed forever, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful for what it's done for autism. I'm grateful for how many families I can help, how many schools I can help. Yeah, the pizza fame is great, but anyone who knows me, I don't work for money. I work to help other people and do the best I can. That's just who I am. So I really appreciate it.
That's amazing.
If you use that analogy, Freddie, I am honored because you're right. And everything you said to anybody out there, what do you put in to get out? And the fact that it took, it might not be on your time, but if you do the right things, the pure intentions, people will notice. And that's the brilliance of, there are people like yourself finally getting recognized and leading the way. We've been eating your stuff for tons of years. We understand how great it is. It's great you get that recognition worldwide, at least in this country now. So
I used to walk in anytime. Now I can't even get through the damn door. There's a freaking line. What time does the line start every morning, Freddie?
They wait for me an hour before I open, and it just doesn't go. It just doesn't go away until I'm sold out of the dough. Now these people know. I think they have a radar above my building. They know if I open the door an hour early, they find out. And they just know, don't go to Freddie's until 3:30. And I will tell you, this is a little quick thing. Anyone that's listening, I know Dave. I've had some really close friends reach out to me and say, Freddie, I want you to know something, okay? Because a lot of people doubt themselves in life, and I've had some close friends say to me, say, Freddie, listen, Dave put you on the map, but you understand you put yourself on that map before he ever came along. You put yourself in that position because of your hard work and who you are. And anyone that's listening, don't ever rely on somebody to come and tell you how good you are. You gotta believe in yourself, and the time will come. And that's why I always go back to D-Mac's the goal. Mac worked his tail off, and boom, he got that goal in the biggest moment of ever. And D-Mac, I got to tell you, I was coming from San Francisco that day, flying in from Frisco, and I listened to it on the radio. And because of your goal that night, we were stuck on 96, and girls were taking their tops off through sunroofs on 96 the whole night. So it was a pretty good night.
Listen, Freddie, I've been the greatest winger on and off the ice in Detroit history. All right, so I mean, anything I can do to get you boys some tits and also
TNA, baby.
too, isn't it cool? Back to that fact, we look back and Maz will appreciate this. Is that if you heard the call on that goal of Bruce Martin, the longtime Red Wing broadcaster, got
Kenny
to do
let
it.
him have
So
it. Kenny Cal.
we share that, bro. I love it. I mean, I love it. You bring that up. That's what we're all about. That was 24 years ago. You've been in the pizza business 41 years, and you look at 2021, things aren't going as bad as people try to tell us they are. Don't ever let anybody tell you what you can and you cannot do. Absolutely.
Right.
All right, Fredo, you ready?
You got to work hard.
You ready for your trivia, Freddie?
Yeah, hell yeah. Well, I'm ready.
All right. You know, if you get 4 questions right, and you will, you win a gift card to either Detroit Wing Company or La Chiche, or even better, Freddie the Pizza Man's for the best goulash and pizza in Michigan. We got a $100 gift card for you, specially, just for that. You can make your choice of which one of these you want. All right. I'm going to let you start it off here with Pilar. She will lead off for you.
Okay, are you ready, Freddie?
Yes, by the way.
Hi. Okay, how many Kentucky Derbies has Bob Baffert won?
7.
Attaboy.
Correct.
Cake. Go ahead, D-Mac.
Question number 2. What is a soccer field called?
Oh, man. Yeah,
I knew this would be the one that maybe get you.
I know I should know this. All my cousins play soccer. They play goalie. The first thing that
he can get any other question. This guy. This was too easy of a question to throw him. That's why he can't get it. I'll give you a hint, Freddie. The name of the field you could also do in baseball. Something you can do in baseball.
Wow. I'm embarrassed. I don't want to stick on it. I'm sorry. I don't know it.
Give it a shot.
Give me something that you do in baseball.
Just throw something at us.
Especially if you what? Throw something at us from the mound?
I don't. Geez, I don't even know. Round the bases. I have no idea. I'm just going on a guess.
Hold on. For the answer, we're going to go to the fish bowl. Fish, your favorite sport is soccer. What is the field called?
Pitch.
It's called a pitch, Fredo. It's called
we never got that.
A pitch. That's
We
okay.
tried. We
That's
tried.
okay, brother. You know you would have gotten all the other ones because they were Lions related. I'm going to give them to you anyway, just for the hell of it. Okay? I'm going to come up with 4 new questions for tomorrow. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
The Packers selected Aaron Rodgers with pick 24 in the 2005 NFL Draft. What quarterback was taken that draft before him?
Alex Smith was number 1. And
that's it. That's the only other one.
Okay.
That's the one. And I'll let D-Mac give you the 4th one. You'll get this one as well, as I predicted.
Who did the Lions pick with their first-round pick in that draft? 10th overall.
Well, I was just going to say Roy Williams. The Lions took Roy Williams over.
Close.
Mike Williams?
Yeah.
Yes. You know what, Freddie? We're
is
giving
like tickled pink. No wonder he's at the back of the line and he doesn't get the VIP service. I like it.
Freddie.
I messed up the Williams. I'm sorry.
You, my friend, have won a $100 gift card to Freddie's Pizza.
Yes, Freddie's Pizza.
And
you win a $100 gift card.
But Freddie, you can get some wings and pizza at Freddie's Pizza.
And goulash.
Oh, my God.
Clark loves the wow.
Oh, my God.
Fredo, thanks for calling, man. You got to come here one Tuesday and sit in with us.
I will try it next couple weeks, and when you guys are ready for a little private pizza party, no one around, you let me know, and I'll hook you guys up, okay? D-Mac?
We will be
I'll
there.
call my boy Corey Schlesinger. You guys can talk some smack.
Sounds
and,
good.
We'll have a good time, all right?
Eddie Murray, too, right? You got your buddies with Eddie.
Eddie, too. You know Eddie more than I do. So.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, Fredo.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Freddie.
Awesome,
thanks.
Freddie. Check out the...
Freddie the Pizza Man in Melvindale.
Yeah,
Just look for the line around the block.
What's
That's where you got to go.
Autism Foundation website?
Yep. Freddie, what's that autism? What's your website again?
Oh, it's everything's on FreddieThePizzaMan.com.
All right.
Most of my foundation is on there. So
Freddie,
thanks, guys.
Freddie the Pizza
Freddie
Man
the Pizza Man.
Foundation.
Good luck to you
Give it
guys.
up. See you, buddy.
All right.
There's
Take
the
it
best.
easy.
You guys gotta try it out, man. It's well ahead of its time. His pizza and his friendship as well.
I'm so,
and the guy could be
so
starring
hungry.
in the movies. He's got the looks too.
So hungry. Every single time we're always talking about food right around now. It's dinner time, guys. It's dinner time.
Taking my kid out for dinner tonight for her
birthday. Where are you going to go?
All three girls have now chosen the same restaurant. We're going to Bakersfield, downtown Detroit, across from Little Caesars Arena. They love the Mexican food at Bakersfield.
I've never tried
Where's
that.
Bakersfield?
Yeah, it's a pretty cool Mexican place.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
All right. All right, Fish. We're going to get to that phone call in just a minute. When we get back, we're also going to be getting to D-Mac's Red Wings review. So stick around. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. And at Hall Financial, we treat our clients like family. And our number one priority is giving each of our clients 5-star service. Our passion for 5-star service, combined with our expertise, allows us to find the best possible solution for refinancing your home loan. We take the time to focus on both the individual and the numbers. We're going to walk you through the process and close your loan in half the time of our competition. Go to davidhallmortgage.com today.
Welcome back to The Hook on
It's a
Woodward
blowout.
Sports Network. All right, keep giving us your thoughts on our social media at Woodward Sports, and of course, giving us a call 313-552-6322. Before we get to D-Mac's Red Wings review, Fish, who do we have on the line joining us today?
We have our good old friend Pete, who's here to give us his wisdom.
Pistol Pete.
Pete,
And Rose.
welcome to The Hook.
Hi, gang. Hi, gang. How's it going? Flower, happy Mother's Day.
Aw, thanks.
Hey, and my wife, happy Mother's Day to her too, and my mom.
All right, Rose.
And
Your mom.
don't forget, it is Nurses Week. She's a nurse.
It's
So
still,
it is
it's still Nurses
so-
Week? Does Nurses Week
Still
ever
Nurses
end?
Week for the whole week.
Okay.
Perfect.
Hey, Darren, what jersey are you wearing?
Oh, I got the Violent Gentleman. The Violent Gentleman hockey. Actually, Violent Gentleman. I consider myself a violent gentleman.
You are.
I love the shirt. Can I buy that anywhere?
Yeah, I go to the website Violent Gentleman and see it.
All right, I'm gonna check it out. Okay, cool.
Right
All
now,
right, guys.
different
Well, I just
colors
want-
and stuff. They actually have all the different cities. So I got Enforced Detroit. You know,
like
other
it.
enforcers around. Got Enforced Florida, Colorado, stuff like this.
Nice,
Yeah,
man.
so-
Thanks for the call, Pete.
Thanks, Pete. Tell Rose said hello.
Yes.
Hey, let's go to the Fish booth for a minute. Bring Fish up on the screen there, Adam. Fish, got a nice little haircut going there.
Thank you.
Where'd you go?
Well, the only place you can go, Lady Jane's.
Yeah.
I love it.
Freshwater fish right there.
Adam, you got his picture
Fish.
from when he was in the chair earlier? Who'd you go to, by the way, Fish?
Yeah, I don't know her name.
Oh, you don't know?
No, she just said, hey, come back here, and I went, got a haircut.
I think
Nice
it's
haircut.
Allie. I think Allie cut your hair today.
Well, she did a good job.
She did a great job.
She did
You
an
look really
excellent
good.
job.
Really good.
I love this style. I love this cut. This is by far my favorite. So I think you should stick to this.
The Fish
try
Can
to.
brought to you by 8 Mile Vodka.
Yes, it's amazing.
That's cool,
It's
man.
a good one.
You look great, brother.
Thank you.
Yes.
That's all. I just wanted to take everyone to see your haircut.
Your new hair. Your new hair.
It's
did.
wicked awesome, by the way.
It is.
Wicked awesome.
It is. All right, D-Mac, let's get to your Red Wings review.
Well, you know, here's a time where we wanted to commit to end of the season. Obviously, Madison has updated, reported the Wings lost their last game in a shootout, but they more wins this year.
In less games.
In less games, yes. So it's about right now as we sit at the end of the year, what the brass, what Steve Eisman, the rest of the team is doing. They're going through year-end reviews, and obviously the first question is about Coach Blashill, and from everything Maz had asked me earlier, do I expect? And I could say, well, I'm going to wait and see what Stevie says because whatever he says is my answer, which is the truth, but I don't expect Blashill to go anywhere, and why is that? Because it's not time. I know that people are excited because John Tortorella is done in Columbus. He might be a guy. Gerard Gallant, former coach for Las Vegas and a former player here, might be a guy, but I say it's not that time yet. It's still a development time. So if Steve Yzerman sees it that way, then Jeff Blashill will continue to be the coach in development, because if you look back on a wider picture and take sort of the panoramic view of this season, yes, there has been ups and downs, but some of the progress that you've seen, not only in the defensive front, the goaltending job for most nights given to us by Bernier and Grice, have been NHL worthy, and that it hasn't been a problem. Now, the defensive game, you look at the way, especially later in the season, they got better and taking care of their own end. Now, it's true, they need scoring. Absolutely, they need scoring, and that'll be addressed in the draft or free agency. But with the trade of Mantha and the progress, with Verona coming here and showing what he can do, being a top guy, with the pedigree he has, learning what he did behind some of the top players like Backstrom and Ovechkin in Washington, he's ready to come here and lead and learn. Also, that means Zadina will get better. Rasmussen is getting better. We don't know about Mo Sider. We saw Joe Veleno come in, and it's looked like not only his time in Grand Rapids, but over in Europe has really made him what we have in the future. So right now, if I was going to put a grade on this season, I think I'm giving it a solid Canadian B, which is a 70. So I think it's
That's a 70
here, but a 70. I give it a
That's
70.
an 80 here in America. A B.
But he said Canadian B.
I'm going Canadian, man.
Okay,
I'm
bro.
giving it a solid B's, C's get degrees, whatever like this. It's about the progress and the way that different guys have stepped up. I think that the job of Mark Stahl has done in this, Nemesnikov, guys that have filled different roles and really have led by example. So I think it's the progress. Obviously, the health. I think that really hurt this team is the Bertuzzi being injured. So coming out of the health-wise, you know, setting different things up, I think we are in a good position. It'll be really interesting and exciting. Obviously, Stevie knows it starts with Blashill's contract or what he's going to do with him. I would expect that to be the first answer. But again, sitting here a year later after this hockey season, yeah, there was ups and downs. Yeah, I'd want more of this and more of that. But in the whole scheme of things, you know, we're getting there. We're getting there. Progress, not perfection. Now, with all the draft picks we've accumulated and different, now it's time you have to select guys. So I think we're right where we want to be. And if not, from a bigger picture, further along a little bit than maybe we expected to be. So I give it whether it's a C in the States and a B in Canada, whatever it is, that's my grade.
I like what they did against some of the better teams this year, like Carolina. I mean, they gave Carolina a run for their money. Beat them 4 times, and one of the best teams in the East for sure. They had trouble with some teams as well. They couldn't, you know, Florida was hard on them this year. Tampa Bay, they gave Tampa Bay a good run as well, the Stanley Cup champions.
Tampa Bay has, you know, run amok, and whenever you can break a 10-year plus streak and win in their building, it just sets you up for the future. Playing Carolina is a team you want to look at because that's who the Wings have to become, that competitive every shift team. So they're along the ways. But it's more exciting, you know, what's happening outside the league, not just because ESPN and
coming back, man.
TNT coming back. Obviously, they're setting up. You know, you mentioned that they're starting to set up the rosters of different guys. So there was an article out by ESPN.
I know it's really cool. I love reading about it because, you know, I'm out there and I want my guys back. I want Gary Thorne and Bill Clement, who just retired as an analyst. I would love to bring him out for at least a year. I'd love to put him and Gary Thorne as the lead guys. It's probably not going to happen. They got guys like Steve Levy there, who's doing Monday Night Football. He's a huge hockey fan as well. John Buchagras is a big hockey fan. Linda Cohn is a great big hockey fan. She's going to be involved in it somehow. But today they brought in a couple of guys that they had before. I think Ray Ferraro was on ESPN at one point, but you know, he's been all over the dial, NHL Network, the works. So they bring Ferraro in and Brian Boucher, who's been inside the glass at NBC and all of that kind of jazz. So those two analysts are locked up, from what I understand. Sean McDonough's name is starting to get some traction as well. I love Sean McDonough. He can call a cockroach race, and I'll watch it. I love him. But, you know, my heart says I want Gary Thorne and Bill Clement for the first year. Get them out there and let's play hockey, man, because it's going to be on the forefront again. I don't have to look for the game anymore, although I know where the games are. Most people do not know how to find NHL Network, NBC Sports Network, Peacock, NBC sometimes. You don't even know if they're going to have the game. Now you know ESPN's got the game. TNT's got the game. And guess what? Everyone wanted Wayne Gretzky as the analyst in studio. They want him to be the next Charles Barkley. Well, guess what? Charles Barkley is talking to Wayne Gretzky. Gretzky's already told ESPN no, but he hasn't told TNT no yet as well. Now, Mac, what do you know about TNT?
Well, I see. Here's the thing.
Do you know anyone that could be like an analyst?
Well, I'm just saying TNT carries AEW wrestling,
It does,
right? So
yeah.
there's an affiliation, and to respond, Maz, I appreciate this. I think it was Locked On Red Wings podcast who had retweeted this tweet. Adam, if you could show that tweet, because there's a few things. It says only one person is suited to be the NHL's Charles Barkley, and that's Darren McCarty. 4, call the man at TNT Drama. Adam, I have an announcement, but first, the music, please. Everybody out there, when you hear that, I have an official announcement to make. I, Darren McCarty, grind time and all, am putting my hat in the ring. Not to ESPN. Sorry, guys, don't call me. TNT, if you need a studio analyst, and here's the deal. We got to work something out with the AEW. So I will talk all about hockey on TNT broadcast if we can incorporate me into being able to be like the AEW wrestling. I'm just a wrestling fan. You want to make it happen? You know, I'll be willing to spit some knowledge. But officially, on this day, May the 10th, TNT, call me. I'm in the ring. Woodward Sports Network, The Hook, Darren McCarty, would love to represent you.
Hey, look,
That's all for now.
I want you to get the gig, but I don't want you leaving us.
I'm not leaving you guys. It would have to work around my schedule. It would be The Hook. We got things to do here. And
at least once a week, twice a week,
they
you're
got
on the
private
TV.
planes and they fly guys everywhere. I mean, I see it all around. You look at the Pat McAfees and all this. You need a wrestling.
Hey, by the way,
AEW wrestling and the hockey guy. I mean, I'll tell it to you straight.
Half time they're not traveling anyway. They're doing it from the home studio
That's
anyway.
what I'm saying. Look, I'm sure right here at Woodward we could hook a studio up in the back.
Sure.
Right here.
We got it up.
I think I would love this.
We got the chic of the spreads in there, working ones and twos. You know, till Easy figures his shit out,
So,
right, Easy?
Wayne Gretzky and Darren McCarty on TNT.
That'd be great.
I'm up for it.
That would be cool.
It would be.
That would be sweet.
You got my vote.
And just a fill-in. If you need me for a filler every now and then, I'm more interested in the wrestling, to be honest, because that's my favorite sport. because the outcome is scripted.
Well, you got wrestling now. NHL's wrestling.
Yeah, but it's
NHL
TNT.
now is-
No. Boxing went to wrestling.
Oh, boxing went to wrestling.
boxing.
Right, hockey went to boxing. Boxing went to
Got
wrestling.
it. My bad.
Yep.
My bad.
D-Mac, call me TNT. D-Mac is willing to do hockey and wrestling. Let's go.
Now listen, Mac. NBC, once they fold up their 10 at the end of the Stanley Cup run here, Kenny Albert's going to need a gig. Eddie Olchuk's going to need a gig. They're probably going to get called by probably ESPN.
Right.
Probably
I'm just
ESPN.
saying, if TNT wants to work the AEW, and you won't find a bigger AEW fan than me, you won't find a better. You know, I got 4 cups. I mean, you know, me and Rats, we could sit there with all our cups.
Yeah, right.
That's a
Fish,
lot
what
of
do you have
cups.
for us?
Eddie Olczyk could maybe stay for horse racing, right?
True.
Ooh.
Yeah, but
So he might stay on
can do
NBC
both.
if he wants horse
Yeah,
racing.
he could do both.
Yeah.
They'll let him go do
Those guys are
NHL
ESPN.
somewhere.
You mentioned Chicken Parm, Ray Ferraro,
Yeah.
Brian Boucher. Boucher's a former goalie. I played with him in Calgary. Great guy, knowledgeable about the game. These are guys you want analyzing the game, so it sort of makes sense. So I'm wondering, it just excites me because I see what TNT, the network, has done in going a little off the charts. Maybe they want to do it with hockey. And they can do the serious one. I'll do the wrestling hockey show.
Right.
And don't forget,
There you
there's a
go.
third network, and it's HBO Max. HBO Max is TNT is like their right-hand man. They're working as well. So HBO Max will have NHL as well, at least.
Feel that
I
there's
guess I'd have to. I
opportunity
work
for
in the
you there.
documentary for ESPN, HBO Max. I'm not ruling you out, ESPN, just because too many rules.
Well, if they come with you at a 30 for 30 on the Avalanche Red Wings.
Well, you know what,
that's
Maz?
another
You know
story.
me. I never say no, and now you're bringing up great conversation.
Yeah.
ESPN, I'll answer the phone.
There you go. 30 for 30. Don't forget, Avalanche Red Wings. It's got to happen.
What, the 25th year anniversary is next year, too?
It's
oh, my
gotta
God.
happen.
Oh. All right, guys, let's move on to Me Gusta or No Me Gusta. You guys can play with us as well. It's very simple. All you have to do is hit us up on our social media saying Me Gusta if you like the statement that I make, or No Me Gusta if you do not like the statement that I make. Are you guys ready?
We are.
Okay. Jeff Blashill should return as Red Wings coach. Me Gusta or No Me Gusta?
I want to go first.
Okay. Then you go first, Tom Hasway.
Before Mac pisses on my theory, I personally think Jeff Blashill's a good man. He's a good hockey guy. He got him here, and I know the Red Wings aren't competing yet. They have to take another couple of steps. I get it. But when a guy like John Tortorella pops up all of a sudden, and I'm a huge John Tortorella fan, and of course there's Gerard Gallant out there as well. Red Wing fans love him as well. If I had to choose between them, I like John Tortorella. I want him to take over this team, instill his will, his toughness, his no shit attitude, and go from there. I say no me gusta to Mr. Blashill.
Wow.
Not that I have anything against you.
Tammy on social media says Me Gusta, unfortunately. D-Mac, what do
Go
you
get
say?
Torts.
No, but I mean, it all depends on the why. Like I said before, the whys are playing, but I think it's Me Gusta because of where this team is right now. And it's something moving forward. And it doesn't matter because whatever decision's made on this team, Stevie's making it, and that's all that matters. It's in good hands. But I say Me Gusta, he should remain.
Detroit Dabber 313 on social. Keep Torts the F out of Detroit.
It brings in, see, here's the thing, man.
Right? What do you got against Torts?
It brings different characteristics to where the team is at right now. I don't think, honestly, the team is mentally strong enough at this point to deal with the Torts. You have to let them get a little bit more crust on him.
Is he a
They're getting
Babs?
there. What?
Is he a Babcock?
No, but he's more old school, and you need. It goes to culture. It goes to different things. You need him, but not at this moment.
All right.
All right.
You say so.
Adam B.
Well, it doesn't matter what I say. It's what Stevie says.
I know, and it's his birthday, by the way. Happy birthday, Stevie.
Me Gusta or No Me Gusta?
I gotta say, Me Gusta temporarily. I don't think he's the long-term answer, but the team is growing, so I think keep him, let him develop the players like he has been, and then when you're ready to compete, there will be a different head coach available at that time that will lead you. I don't think Tortorella is the right answer right away. I think he'll honestly fuck up the project more than he'll help it.
All right, there you have it.
You have some great audio, though. I promise you that.
Fish, ¿te gusta o no te gusta?
I'll go Me Gusta. Just for 1 or 2 years, and then if you can't improve the young talent we have with Yzerman, get him out of here.
All
Get
right.
him out of here.
Dude, did you
There
see
you have
Fish
it.
just toss?
Yeah.
Fish could talk. Fish could be an umpire the way you just toss guys.
Do it
That's
again.
a great toss, Fish. Not even. Wow. And with the haircut, how can you not think business?
That's what made him like this. He's fresh now.
Right?
fresh.
There you have
Fish,
it.
by the way, did you like my soccer question today?
I did, yes.
I thought of you when I put that question in.
You did a good job with that question.
You tried real hard.
The
Paul.
pitch.
That was a good.
I-
we tried to give Freddie.
tried.
Hey, I wouldn't have gotten it. Me.
It's a hard one.
I wouldn't have gotten
I wouldn't
pitch.
expect you to get it.
Yep.
You're snobby like that. You know,
Yeah.
it's just
I'm
like if
gonna-
I ask you golf questions. What are you going to say? I'm sorry, Paul.
I think I can get
I would
some
say as
golf
far as
questions.
Me Gusta, No Me Gusta, because we got to get on to who you like before our show is over. But I'm going to have to agree with Walter on our social media. He said trust in Yzerman, and same thing you were saying. So I'm going to say Me Gusta on this one as well. All right, guys, let's get to a speed round. It doesn't have to be lightning round, but we do have to get it under 2 minutes. So
Oh, that's easy.
I'll go first.
who you like?
Maz, just so you know, all in capitals, Tammy says, no one is a Babcock. And she's right. I'm taking Tampa, Florida Panthers under 6 tonight.
What a
Adam
battle.
loves the unders in the hockey games.
What a battle.
All right, Tom Azaway, who you like?
All right, I gave you 1-1 on Friday. I lost to a no-hitter, and then the White Sox shut out their game with Carlos Rodon. So 1-1 on Friday, Fish. Mark that down. Tonight, Golden State and the Utah Jazz. The Warriors fighting for that playoff spot. They're getting 3 at home, and they're plus 126. I'm taking Steph Curry and the Warriors to beat Utah outright.
All right, there you have it. Adam B, filling in for Easy D today. Who you like?
I got a good one for D-Mac. I'm gonna take Edmonton And Montreal, the over at 6 goals.
I like that one.
And more than that, it's just I get it at an underdog line. I get it at
did
plus
you see?
100.
Speaking of that, did you see Connor McDavid's points? He's got 29 points in the last 10 games.
He's on fire.
With only one with no points.
The highest points
he's got 18
game
3-point games this year, and he's got 11 0-point games. It's freaking ridiculous in this NHL.
Wow.
He's had the highest points per game in the last 25 years, and then Austin Matthews, I believe, is 0.81 goals a game, which is the most since Mario Lemieux. So, a lot of scoring in hockey this year.
And the Leafs won their division for the first time in 20 years. The Maple Leafs.
Who cares?
All right.
Who
Fish.
cares?
Who we
Won
like.
the big one.
You're going to Australia. Hawks. You're taking Hawks over 36ers in basketball, and then I'm going Manchester United over Leicester tomorrow.
Wait a minute. They have a
All right,
36ers?
guys.
Yeah, Adelaide 36ers.
Okay.
There you have it, my friends. That is who we like. Hey, big thanks to everybody who called in, to Kevin and Pete, and of course to Freddie from Freddie the Pizza Guy. Make sure that you are checking out his stuff, supporting his cause. We want to thank you guys for calling in and playing. Big thanks to everybody who was hitting us up on our social media at Woodward Sports, everybody who tuned in today. We love you guys. For Fish, for Jeff, for Luke, for Easy, we hope to see you guys back soon. For Adam B, for Tom Mazaway, for D-Mac, I'm Pilar Lasher. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in to The Hook, everybody.